YouTube family, how are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to my channel, Athena Virtues. This is Athena. I'm your spiritual advisor and your astrologer. And today I'll be talking about the new moon in Aquarius. And I'm going to touch base on certain aspects. It's going to happen in February. It's actually already started, but it's going to be exact in February. So technically this video is not only covering the full moon in Aquarius, which is going to happen in a couple of days on the 29th of January. It's the end of the month. It's going to affect multiple things. It's going to go with us until actually the full moon in Aquarius in 6 months, but it's also going to affect the full moon in Leo, which is going to be on the 12th of February, because remember, Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. So there are new manifestation and new things going to start in our life. In order for us to be able to achieve these things that's starting with us by the new moon, we need to end certain aspects and certain situation, and also sever ties with certain even people and circumstances that's going on in our lives by the full moon in Leo, which is going to be once again on the 12th of February. So first things first, let's start with the new moon in Aquarius, which is going to be on the 29th of January. And this is depending on where you are. It's 29th of January for me, as I'm in Toronto, Ontario. And by the way, if I didn't tell you guys, I'm recording today's video on January the 26th, so about a couple of days we will have, and most likely majority of us have felt that the energy of this new moon in Aquarius. And yeah, so it's going to be in a couple of days, once again depending on where you are in this on planet Earth. And this is the new moon in Aquarius, going to be at 9 degrees and 50 minutes. Hopefully guys, I'm going to be able to upload this video in the next either tomorrow or the next couple of days, by the 29th or the 30th the latest, just because I'm too busy. I apologize for that. But once again, this video is not only going to be about the new moon in Aquarius. It's going to cover multiple aspects. It's going to happen in February, so at least for the next 2 weeks or so. And if you didn't watch it, guys, please go back and watch, because I've already posted the readings for the air signs, and I did the fire signs as well. I probably didn't post it yet. I'm probably going to post it soon, but yeah, so the only signs I haven't done yet are the water signs. I'm going to leave them at the end, because this new moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo is going to affect water signs a lot. So let's start with the sapient symbol for the new moon in Aquarius. Now guys, just to let you know, with the sapient symbols, and I've mentioned that in the past, it's the spiritual meaning of any degree in any sign. And with the sapient symbol, if you have a certain degree, you have to simplify it or round it to the whole number. So for instance, Aquarius or a new moon at 9 degrees and 50 minutes Aquarius, it's going to be simplified to 10 degrees. So when you look up any meanings in the sapient symbol, you have to simplify it, okay? Or you have to look at 10 degree Aquarius. Now just a reminder that the 9 degree is actually a Sagittarius degree, which means travel and seeking higher education, higher knowledge, faith, and related to a belief system as well. But once again, we're gonna look into the spiritual meaning of the 9 degree and 50 minutes in Aquarius. So I'm gonna read for you the sapient symbol. There are so many books about the sapient symbol on Amazon. You can purchase one of these books, but there are also many websites that you can Google it up and have a better understanding of the sapient symbol. Okay, so what's the Aquarius 10 degree? Aquarius 10 degree is a person who had for a time become the embodiment of an ideal, is made to realize that as a person, he's not this ideal. What does that mean? It means that all of a sudden you found out that you're not that person you thought you are. and you can't hold it back anymore. You have to show your authenticity. You have to show who you really are. You have to take off the mask, the blindfold of your eyes. Okay? So it doesn't have to be only about the self. Okay? It could be about other people. It could be about, you know, your spouse, your partner, your business partner, your family members. It could be about your neighborhood. It could be about the community you belong to. It could be about a situation or a circumstance. It could be anything. Okay? But you found out that whatever that was ideal, or you thought that is the ideal, it's no longer the ideal. Okay? So I'm gonna read some paragraphs of the Sapient Symbol so you can have better understanding of what that means. This shows the need to recognize or realize when conditions are changing or when there is a need to work on yourself or your image. This can imply having the scales fall from your eyes about someone. You may have thought that the world of them, and then they are not the person you thought. And that's what it is. It is what it is, what you can do about it. So the scales fall from your eyes. The blindfold falls off your eyes. The mask falls off, and you see the people who they truly are. You see the truth for what it is. And that's not in alignment with your higher self, with your higher purpose, with your life path, where you should be headed to. You can't take it anymore. Okay? So you need to face this reality. You need to face this truth that's not serving you anymore. If it is about yourself, you see who you are. You can't take it anymore. You've probably been tolerant to certain situation or certain people in your life, but you can't tolerate that anymore. You can't handle it anymore. It's not serving you. It's not serving. It's not doing anything for your growth or your advancement in this life. It's actually taking you backwards. It's energetically draining for you. Even the mask you put on your face to show certain people that you can, be the doormat or you can sacrifice for them, but they took you for granted. You can't take it anymore. They need to know who you really are. Okay? And once again, it doesn't have to be about you. It could be about other people, and that's why you're showing them that, hey, I've been very tolerant. I've been accepting. I've been sacrificing. Okay? But enough is enough. I can't take it anymore. The big awakening, staying true, reversals of fortune, waking up just in time, not truly seeing people or scales falling from one's eyes, projections of personality, clinging to false feelings of fame, falling off the pedestal, not realizing or admitting changes, disillusionment, disappointment, being seriously let down. And that's what it is. You've been let down. You can't take it. You can't take it anymore. You've been in disillusionment. You've been confused. You were not able to see, but now you can see. And that's what the 10-degree Aquarius, or that's what the new moon at 10-degree Aquarius means. Okay? And especially that we have Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto entered Aquarius last year in November, and it's going to be with us for the next 20 years. Pluto is death for something new to be rebirthed. Okay? Pluto is transformation. Pluto is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So in order for this new thing to start in your life, the old paradigm, the old circumstance, the old situation, those people from the past or whoever they are, they need to leave your life. You need to let go of these situations in order to be transformed, in order to be rebirthed. Okay? The problem is Pluto is going to show us the truth. And I've said that multiple times throughout my astrological videos. And quite frankly, just on a side note, this video is going to talk a lot about Pluto. So if you're interested to know how Pluto is going to affect you, you really need to watch this, because Pluto is at 1 degree Aquarius as we speak right now, 1 degree and 17 minutes. Actually, 1 degree and 1 degree and 57 minutes, and Mercury just entered Pluto. Okay, actually Mercury is on the cusp, and it's going to enter Pluto tomorrow on the 27th. Okay, and Mercury and Pluto, it's like they're going to be, it's revealing the truth. Okay, it's revealing what was hidden. Remember, I've said that in the past, that Pluto is all about the hidden realm or the hidden world. Is about taboo, is about things that's not accepted by the society or by the community. It's criminal actions. Okay, but once Mercury enters Aquarius, we're gonna see these things. It's gonna, under the effect of, because Pluto is the higher octave, and Mercury is gonna reveal these things through either communication or through network or through some sort of information or data or whatever. Okay, now just to remind you that any planet, when it shifts from one sign or exits one sign to another sign, it's going to go through an erratic degree. Okay, 29 degree, and then it's going to go when it ingresses in a new sign, it's going to go at 0 degrees. So and that is an erratic. Both 29 and 0 degrees are an erratic degree, because it's a shift from one sign to another. So it's going to be very intense. The shift going to be very intense. So lots of you going to experience either because Mercury rules network, rules the satellite, rules communication, rules the transportation, rules all these things. So there going to be disruption or interruption in these services, or even in communication, or even in receiving information. It's going to be shocking, because who rules Aquarius? Uranus. So whatever we're dealing with, or even this disruption or not miscommunication, but or the truth that we're gonna reveal or find out, it's gonna be very disruptive. It's gonna be very shocking. Even the truth that it's going to be revealed about certain people that we're dealing with, or certain situation or circumstance, it's going to be shocking. We're going to be surprised. We're going to be like, oh my goodness, but this needs to happen. And it's going to be painful as well, because Pluto is involved in here. Remember, I told you before that Pluto is like peeling off your skin. Pluto will put us in a situation. It's like a trigger to tell you, hey, this needs to end, and you have to face this reality. So Pluto will empower you, will give you that strength and that power to overcome the fear, the inner fear within you, by triggering you, by placing you or putting you in a very difficult situation to handle or to deal with certain people or certain circumstance or situation, whatever it is, to see the truth of those people, to see them for who they really are. And that's what it all happens in stages. Okay, so First, Mercury enters or ingresses in Aquarius and conjunct with Pluto. So we receive data or information, or we experience interruption, disruption, or this data or information, it's going to be very disruptive and shocking, because remember, Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus. Uranus is the higher octave. Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. And Mercury is actually exact same energy as Uranus, but it's like a lower level. It's slightly easier than Uranus. Both are rulers of air signs, and both are like everything happens really fast, faster than what we think. So everything gonna happen really fast, and it's happening in air sign. Aquarius is an air sign. Pluto is sitting there, the sun is there, the moon is there, and the new moon, of course, it's a conjunction of the moon and the sun is shedding the light on this truth. So it's a revelation of something. It's showing us things very clear. It's a clarity, okay? So we're gonna see these things very clear, the truth. Whatever was hidden is going to be revealed now, is going to be exposed. Pluto exposes what was hidden. Okay? Pluto is the god of the underworld, of the hidden realm. Pluto takes us to that underworld, shows things scary. We can't see it on the surface of the earth. We have to go deep in order for us to see it. We have to dig very deep. But Pluto tells you, here, I'm showing you this, but it's up to you, because you have free will, what you're gonna do. Okay? But I'm gonna expose this for you. All these hidden things, it's gonna be exposed, including people gonna be exposed. Truth of people, reality of them. Gonna take off the mask. The scale's gonna come off their faces. It's gonna fall off. And we're gonna see them for who they are. Now, it's up to you. What are you gonna do about it? So the new moon is something new that you're gonna, like a new action you have to take in your life. And remember what I've said before, anything related to the moon it means it's destiny, it's fated, it's gonna happen. Especially that this new moon in Aquarius and the sun will trine Jupiter in Gemini. And Jupiter is all about faith. Jupiter rules the legal entity. Jupiter is technically the god of all gods. In the Greek mythology, he's the god of the Olympians. Jupiter now, as we speak, is still retrograde, but it's gonna go forward on February the 4th. You see, guys, everything, the lies, the deception. Remember, I told you before, Jupiter retrograde in Gemini, there are going to be lots of disinformation, lies, scamming, hacking, gossip, enemies. Now Jupiter is going to go forward. And look, the energy is building up. It's applying now. Remember when I tell you, if you see in the chart, majority of these like trines and conjunction and even squares, it's applying. means it's building up. It's not separating, it's applying. Including Mars trines with Saturn, it's applying. It's not exact, but it's applying. So the energy is building up. So we're gonna feel everything before the actual aspect happens. Okay? The lies, the deception, Jupiter trines the new moon and the sun in Aquarius, both air signs, they're gonna be revealed. The fear inside you from facing these truths, from saying the truth, you're gonna overcoming it. Because you know what? Fear is illusion. You can't touch the fear. Fear is not true. It's a feelings. We feel, we're fearful of the unknown. That's what it is. It's a feeling. We feel that we are scared because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if I do something or take action, what's going to be the consequence or what's going to happen after. So that's why we're fearful of the unknown. But Jupiter is faith, right? Not only that, we have the North Node in Pisces. Who rules Pisces? Jupiter. We have Neptune, also the ruler of Pisces. Neptune is at an erratic degree right now as we speak. If you look at the chart, Neptune is at, well, not an erratic, but it's like 27 degrees almost. Because remember, at the end of March, Neptune's going to enter into Aries. Okay? Venus, I'm looking at the 28th actually, guys. Venus at 24 degree and 50 minutes, as you see in the chart. She's in very close proximity in conjunction, like 3 degrees, 3 orbs from Neptune. So the conjunction is there. Venus conjunct Neptune, conjunct the North Node. The North Node is a representation of the life path in this transit. So whenever there is a North Node, like a transit North Node, it's like, it's not your natal North Node, but the transit, it happens in order to put you in alignment with your own life path. Because you're diverted, you're not going straight in your life path. You go certain circumstance or people or whatever situation took you off your life path. So what happens? We have transit North Node in order to put us back in our life path, life purpose, to where we're supposed to be headed towards. Okay? So, the North Node is in Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. And both about faith and belief. And let go of being over analytical or being critical or being judgmental. We have to have faith and belief. It's a high spiritual awakening. It's not like, and I've mentioned that before, we've already ascended. We're in ascension right now. We're going high and high and high. We're ascending from the 3D to the 4D, to the 4th dimensional, due to this spiritual awakening. There is a change. There is a huge spiritual awareness. So we have to believe, we have to trust. Saturn is in Pisces as well, trining Mars in Cancer. And once again, it's not exact. As we speak now, and I'm looking at the 28th, and I'm going to show you other charts for the 29th and February. Saturn is going to be exactly trining Mars on February, between the 7th and the 9th of February. But right now, Saturn is at 17 degrees and Mars at 21 degrees. 5 orbs different. Still, it's a trine. And the energy is building up. Mars is about severing ties, is about cutting connection. Mars right now is doing introspection, is reflecting, is like in hibernation mode, like a hermit in tarot cards, reflecting on what's going on before taking action, is a slow, reluctant, hesitant, because Mars is still thinking. Once again, in introspection, in reflecting. But Saturn is telling Mars, don't worry, I'm supporting you. As long as you're going to act out of dignity, you're going to be responsible, you tell the truth, I'm supporting you. You're not selfish. You know your self-worth. I'm supporting you. That's what the trine is. Because remember, Saturn is like an obstacle. Saturn is fear. Saturn is restriction, is a blockage. But it's trining Mars. Pisces and Cancer always in trine, as you see in the chart. Anything happens in Pisces is supporting Cancer. It's going to go smoothly, easy, with minimum effort. Minimum effort. Mars is going to go forward at the end on the 23rd of February. So it's like Saturn waking up that energy in Mars and telling Mars, go for it. As long as you're going to be honest, telling the truth, act out of integrity. Remember, integrity. I am supporting you. I am going to give you the power to overcome any fear, to take action. By the time Mars forward, you're going to be able to reach, or you're going to be decisive, and you're going to be able to take the action that you need to take. Not only that, Venus, Neptune, and the North Node, actually Venus right now as we speak at 24, because once again I'm looking at the 28th of just the day before the new moon. Venus is at 24 degree Pisces, 2450, so it's almost 25 degree, and she's trining with Mars in Cancer. So, and this is very beautiful aspect. By the way, guys, Venus gonna go retrograde on March the 1st in Aries. She's going to retrograde in Aries, and then she's going to go backwards to Pisces. Around the same time, or probably a week later, Mercury is going to go retrograde as well in Aries. And it's going to go back into Pisces. During this time, now you're going to say or think, oh, Mars in March still in Cancer, because Mars gonna go forward on February 23rd, and it's gonna be still sitting in Cancer until April 18 or the 17th. Oh, cardinal signs, they're going to square. No, they're not. And I want you to watch out, because there are lots of astrologers that just speak before even looking. Okay? So Venus and Mercury, they're not going to square with Mars when they are in Aries, because Venus and Mercury going to be early degrees in Aries, and Mars is going to be late degrees in Cancer. So they're not going to be squaring at all. In fact, they're going to be forming a beautiful trine all along. So let me go back to the new moon in Aquarius, which is going to be on the 29th of January. Now, we all know about the sapient symbol and how the truth going to be revealed to us. And whatever that we thought it was ideal, we found out that's not ideal anymore. The 29th of February, as you see in the chart, Pluto 1 degree and 58 minutes, Mercury 2 degree and 17 minutes. So they're actually conjuncting one another. Okay? But as I said, be prepared to some sort of disruption in either internet services. Anything could happen, or in communication, in the network, and even some sort of glitch or issue with your whatever software you're using. You're going to experience that 100%. Okay? Before actually Mercury forms that conjunction with Pluto. And before we see that, the facts, the truth, the reality of any situation. Okay? The new moon and the sun at 9 degree and 50 minutes. Mars in Cancer 21 degrees and 13 minutes, trining Saturn at 17 degree and 5 minutes. And trining also Venus at 25 degree and 26 minutes, because remember, the trine could happen up to 6 degree or 6 orbs in between, or even 7 orbs. Okay? Because it's up-lying. Okay? Neptune 27 degree, and the north node is 28 degree and 21 minutes, Pisces. Uranus, the ruler of this new moon, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, at 23 degree and 15 minutes, in exact sextile with Venus. And also in sextile with Saturn as well. So, what does that say? It says that the revelation of whatever the truth or the information that we're going to receive, it's going to be shocking, surprising, intensified, electrified, shocking, sudden. Aquarius is the rebel. Aquarius is rebellious. Aquarius seeks authenticity. Be genuine. Tell the truth. Aquarius is driven by inner fear. Fear of something or somebody or a situation or someone or whatever that takes your power away from you. That's why Aquarius is very rebellious. If you've dealt with Aquarius, I can tell you, I have so many experiences with so many Aquarians in my life. My mom was Aquarius. Actually, lots of my mother's family, they're Aquarians. I have one of my uncles who lives in the States. He's a professor, he's Aquarius as well. And my north node is in Aquarius, and I have many planets. At times I feel I'm not Cancer, I feel I'm Aquarius more than Cancer, because I have a stellium in Aquarius. And I have a very rebellious planet in Aquarius, very powerful. I have Mars in Aquarius. And this is not easy thing, I tell you. Mars in Aquarius is like, don't play with me. Don't play mind games. Mars in Aquarius is very intelligent, very smart. Mars in Aquarius is like, I can't waste a minute. I have to take the action. Like, imagine Mars, fire in air sign, is I don't have patience to wait. I'm not patient. I have to do it now. It's very responsible. Mars sometimes acts of, it's kind of like, how do I say that? I don't want to say dependent, but it's kind of procrastinate at times. Not really procrastination, but like sometimes kind of selfish. But in Aquarius, no. Because Aquarius is humanitarian, is about the society, the people around me, the group I belong to. So you add that. So and I'm just giving you an example of Mars in Aquarius because I have Mars in Aquarius and I have my North Node. And that's why I always tell you guys, don't only watch your sun rising and moon. You need to really look into your North Node. It's very important. North Node is even more important than any other, like, you know, like Jupiter, Venus, Mercury. North Node, this is your life path. This is your life purpose on planet Earth. So you really need to watch your sun, rising, moon, and your North Node. And if you have a stellium in a certain house. Aquarius is driven by inner fear. That somebody or someone or something or situation or circumstance going to take your power away. And that's why Aquarius is very electrifying, is very rebellious. Mix that with the fact that Pluto's sitting there. So Aquarius is very empowered. So I just want to say something on a side note, because I remember I've seen a comment on my channel about a person who she's Capricorn. And guys, if you don't speak English, please turn on the subtitles, okay? Enable subtitles, okay? So you can understand what I'm saying. This viewer, she shared her experience. She's a Capricorn and she was treated unfairly by an Aquarian person at her workplace. So I want to tell you something. Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So be mindful of any Aquarian. Now, I told you before that Pluto is going to give you the power and going to show you the hidden realm, the taboo, the strength to do anything. But let me remind you, Pluto is going to expose you as well. And Pluto's karma is more painful than Saturn's karma. Saturn is the lord of karma. That's true. But if you do something deceitful, you're causing harm to anybody. Especially if you are ruled by Pluto, Saturn, Mars, or Uranus. Why I'm saying that? especially if you are ruled by one of these 4 planets I just mentioned, your karma is going to be worse than any other sign. Why I say that? Because Pluto, Saturn, Mars, and Uranus are malefic planets. Malefic. They're causing harm. So don't play with people. Don't try to cause harm to anybody, because if you are, so I said if you are ruled, what does that mean? Pluto rules Scorpio, Mars rules Scorpio and Aries, Uranus rules Aquarius, and Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn. So if you are one of these signs I mentioned, Aquarius, Aries, Capricorn, or Scorpio, if you are one of these signs, especially these signs, now anybody who's treating others unfairly and being dishonest, deceitful, unfaithful, does any of those criminal acts and trying to cause harm, anybody gonna face their karma. But these 4 signs particularly, because they are ruled by malefic planets, they are the worst signs in terms of receiving karma, especially from the planet that rules them. So going back to this person's experience with the Pluto person, Aquarian person. Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 years, so you're going to experience some sort of, anybody of any sign, you will gonna experience some sort of injustice or deceit or a power struggle with an Aquarian. Whether this person is, their sun is Aquarius, their ascendant is Aquarius, their moon is Aquarius, or their north node, or they have stellium in Aquarius. Doesn't mean that all Aquarians, whether sun rising or moon or north node, they're gonna do that. No, it's up to you. It's up to you to act out of integrity or not. But you have the power to cause harm, to be, because you have too much power. When Pluto is sitting in your sign, you have too much, you have power more than what you think. Okay? And it's up to you how to use it. But I'm reminding you, if you're gonna use it to hurt people, to cause pain for people, to be unfair, to ill-treat them, undermine them, belittle them, look at them as they are inferior or they have no worth whatsoever, then I promise you, Pluto that's sitting in your chart there, in your first house, or even if it is like, your moon, your karma is going to be very painful. Very painful. Not only Pluto, but also Saturn, because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn as well. I can share stories and stories about people who were Capricornian, sun or rising or moon or stellium or even north node in Capricorn. When Pluto was in Capricorn, gave them too much power. Too much power. They treated people like trash. They used the power to hurt people. Now, when Pluto left Capricorn, not now, but when Pluto was at an erratic degree and leaving Capricorn, everything is crumbling. Now they're facing the consequence of their actions. So be careful. I'm just reminding you. Okay? When Pluto was in Capricorn, lots of us dealt with Capricornian people. Okay? Now, once again, they didn't need to be like their sun or rising or moon. It could be a stellium in Capricorn. It could be there is a stellium in their sign, or it could be there was their north node is in Capricorn, or they have Saturn in Capricorn. Because when the planet is sitting in your natal chart, in the sign that rules, it's going to be very powerful. So let's say your sun is Capricorn, or even your sun is or in your natal chart, even if you are, let's say you are Cancer, but you have Saturn in Capricorn, means in your 7th house, you're going to be very extremely powerful, because Saturn is sitting in the sign that it rules. Let's say you're Scorpio and you have Saturn in Capricorn in your natal chart. Once again, let's say you're Scorpio and you have Saturn sitting in Aquarius, or Uranus sitting in Aquarius in your natal chart. You are very powerful. You have the power of Uranus, because Uranus is sitting in the sign that it rules. That's what I'm trying to say. So in other words, wherever Pluto moves into, and right now is an Aquarius, we're going to be on the collective level. We're going to be dealing with Aquarians a lot in our life. These Aquarius people or Aquarians, they're going to be either obstacle and we're going to face power struggle with them, or they're going to come into our lives to guide us, to help us, depending on how, on what level they're vibrating from. Lower vibration or higher vibration. If they are of lower vibration or lower frequency, we're going to have power struggle with them. Like this person who left or who shared her experience with us. If they are of higher vibration Aquarians, then they're going to come into our life to guide us, to support us, to help us. That's what Pluto does. When it goes into the sign, we're going to be dealing with that particular sign. So we're going to be dealing with Aquarians for the next 20 years on many levels. And remember, it's 20 years. 20 years. 20 years of experience. So this Aquarian person that we're going to deal with, they're going to be multiple people. And remember, as I said, it's not going to be only sun in Aquarius. Like, it doesn't have to be this person is an Aquarian sun. It could be their ascendant, it could be their moon, it could be their north node, it could be they have Uranus or Saturn in Aquarius, it could be also they have a stellium in Aquarius. And not everybody knows. You could tell me, oh, I dealt with this person, but he wasn't or she wasn't Aquarius. You don't know. You don't know. They have strong Aquarius in their chart. They do. I promise you that, because I know. But my reminder and advice to Aquarians, be careful. Be careful. Because if you try to hurt people and act out of integrity, it's going to fire back. It's going to backfire. And you can't believe it. When it backfires, it's going to backfire in a very, very bad way. The consequence is going to be very hurtful for you. So, going back to this new moon, and as I said in the beginning of the video, I told you I'm going to speak about Pluto a lot, because Pluto is sitting in Aquarius where the new moon is, and we're going to revisit this. And by the way, guys, these conjunctions, okay, and the new moon in Aquarius, we're going to see it for the next 20 years. because pretty much all planets gonna conjunct with Pluto for the next 20 years. Whether the sun, the moon, new moon, full moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and so on and so forth. Yeah. We will also have a north node in Aquarius. And that's going to be very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. Advancement in technology and exponential. It's not exponential, it's extremely fast. Extremely fast. So with the sun conjunct the new moon, once again, and Pluto sitting there in Aquarius, they're going to be exposure, revelation. We're going to see the truth for what it is. The truth of people, truth of situation, truth of our own selves. I can't take this anymore. I need, because remember, Pluto is death and rebirth. There's something needs to die in your life in order for something else to be reborn. Depending on where is Aquarius or the placement of Aquarius in your natal chart. It could be in your first house if you are Aquarius, or it could be your second house if you are Capricorn, or could be your 8th house if you are Cancer, or any house, or your 12th house if you are Pisces, and so on, or 4th house if you are Scorpio, and so on and so forth. This transformation going to happen in this house. Something new is going to happen with this new moon in Aquarius. And Pluto will expose any hidden agenda, hidden behavior, hidden secret, anything hidden. Pluto is going to expose it and show it to us in order for us to be rebirthed, in order for us to be someone new, completely new. The old version of you gonna die, and the new version of you now is gonna be embracing this new reality. And I've shared so many experiences happen in my life when Pluto was in Capricorn. So Pluto is gonna make you overcome that fear. Is going to trigger you, is going to put you in a very shitty situation, as simple as that. Because change needs to happen. So it's like poking you, it's like a thorn in your side, bothering you, very painful. But you have to take action. That paradigm, that situation, those people need to die, need to end, need to leave your life. You're scared because sometimes you're connected to people, they're very dear to you. You can't leave them. You can't leave them behind. You lived all your life with. But these people need to live their own karma. They need to live their own life. They can't have you in their life anymore. And this is the reality, this is the truth that you need to see and you need to admit. So you will see that these people are rejecting you. These people are telling you, leave us, I don't want you. They're probably gonna even say things to you that's very painful, hurtful. It's like they're telling you, because remember, we're all soulmates. No matter who are these people to you. Could be your parents, could be your spouse, could be your children, could be anything. Could be your neighborhood, could be people you work with. These people gonna abuse you and use you. Abuse you on all levels and take advantage of you. They're showing the reality to you. These people are placed in our lives for us to grow and learn. We are learning. So these people, when they abuse you and they call you names and they probably ill-treat you and undermine you and having power struggle with you, like the viewer who left this, who shared her experience with the Pluto, with Aquarian person, her workplace. This person is technically telling you, you need to leave this job because you need to be getting better job. You need to be learning something more. So this person who you had power struggle with, technically, this person is telling you, you need to grow. This place is not going to serve you anymore. You need to grow. Or there's something bad could be happening in this place. So you need to leave. So technically, even though this person came to you aggressive and came to you in a very like unacceptable manners, technically this person or this soul is trying to protect you. It's telling you, hey, I have my own karma. I don't want you to be here. I don't want you to deal with my own karma, because I have things. My karma is not yours, it's mine. So you need to leave this place because you paid your karma. So even this person is coming to you being aggressive, being abusive, it's like it's pushing you away out of the situation. It's actually protecting you. You need to move on. There's another chapter in your life that's starting soon. So we need to push you out of this chapter. We need to close this chapter with you. So you need to leave it. So don't be upset or mad when people treat you this way, because this is the human interaction, way of interaction. Human being interact in an aggressive way, in a way that if you don't listen, remember, if you don't learn, if you don't take action to change, something gonna happen in your life. Something gonna crumble. The tower gonna crumble in order to initiate the change. The universe gonna intervene so that the change happens. If you stay stagnant in the same place, in the same situation, with the same people, there's going to be no change in your life. But in order for the change to happen, in order for you to grow and advance in your life and ascend, the universe intervenes to create that change. So something in your life, depending on where Aquarius is, or the Aquarius house placed in your natal chart, or Pluto in your natal chart, that house, whatever the situation in that house, is going to crumble. So that the new version of you reborn, you grow, you advance. So we're going to be dealing with people who's going to trigger us. That's the universe intervention. These people going to trigger us to create the change or to initiate the change in order for us to resurrect like a phoenix rising from the ashes. So a fire going to burn out everything, and we're going to be rising like a phoenix. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. Okay? That's how we learn from others. Through power struggle, through fighting, through argument, or arguing with these people, through experiencing difficult situation, through rejection, separation, divorce, and so on and so on, loss, even loss. Could be a literal loss. Somebody dies, or a situation dies. So it could be literal, it could be metaphorical. So that we move on. Remember, your life journey is like you're climbing up a mountain. You can't stay at one stage of the mountain. You need to climb. Keep climbing. Keep going up. You keep rising until you reach the peak. If you stay at one stage, then you're not learning. Or one level of the mountain. You're not learning anything. You need to ascend, grow, advance, ascend. Go up. What the new moon in Aquarius is. To initiate the change. Manifest something else. After that, by 12 days, we're going to have full moon in Leo. Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. New moon here, but hey, this new manifestation that you're creating in your life, it can't be manifested properly unless that stage of your life dies. So depending on where Leo placement in your natal chart, for example, if you are Cancer, Leo is your second house and Aquarius is your 8th house. The second house is your values. Values could be anything. Could be from monetary values, money, tangible. It could be the values you believe in or anything valuable in your life. It could be even your family, people who are very precious to you. That's what any value, anything valuable to you. It could be tangible, it could be intangible. Once again, it could be values you believe in. This needs to end in order for this new manifestation that's happening in your 8th house, which is your spiritual awakening. Because remember, the 8th house is the highest level of spiritual, or the 8th house and the 12th house, they're almost identical. Almost. Both are hidden. And both are like the 8th house is about divination, is about hidden underworld, hidden realm, is about occult, astrology, technology, investment, money coming from, or shared resources, money coming from second person or other person, or shared, basically, somebody you share resources with. The 12th house is the house of faith, is the house of metaphysics, is the house of hidden realm as well, is the house of Jupiter. The 8th house is the house of Pluto, and Pluto is sitting there. I'm talking about Cancer now. I'm doing a reading for each of the zodiac signs, as I did for air signs, and you'll see fire signs, and then I'm going to do the water signs. And I'm going to talk further about the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. But all I'm saying is, I'm giving you an example. So something needs to die in your 2nd house in order for something new to manifest and grow and flourish. So don't listen to those people who are telling you, or astrologers who are telling you, oh, you're going to experience loss or a major expense. It could be, but that's not all about it. That's not the whole thing. The 2nd house is not only about money. It's about values, anything valuable. One of them is money from your own income. But other things could be your values, could be something valuable to you. And as I said before, and I'm going to say it again, a full moon is a reversal. Reversal. So if you don't have money, you're not going to have lots of money because you already don't have money. If you don't have work, you're not going to lose your job. because of the full moon, because you already don't have job. If you don't have anything valuable, you're not going to lose anything valuable because you don't have any. So what happened? It's going to reverse the situation. And I'm sorry to tell you that there are lots of astrologers that just talk crap. Because not everybody they work, or not everybody they have money to lose money, or not everybody go every day and buy stuff. So once again, full moon is a reversal of situation. So if, for example, you don't have money, you're most likely going to get money. If you don't have a job, you're most likely going to get an offer. Once again, it's a reversal of situation. Okay? I'm just giving you an example. Remember what happened when we had the new moon in Leo 6 months ago. Now, the full moon is reaching a peak. Have you manifested or have you reached, or the culmination of what you've manifested 6 months ago? If it failed or it hasn't been culminated, then it's going to be reversed. So for example, 6 months ago, you've had a new moon in Leo in August. You're trying to get a job. I'm just giving you an example. If you are Cancer, but you didn't get a job, now you're going to get a job in the full moon. I want to tell you something, guys, at the end. I don't want to take this too long. There's a lot to talk about. Once again, this is all about the new moon, and there are so many aspects I want to talk about, but it's literally taking too long. Am I going to break down this video to pieces because I want to talk about other aspects? Sorry, guys, I had to take a minute. I had to step away because I had a phone call. But anyways, what I was going to say, astrology is not astronomy. You'll hear lots of astrologers, they say, oh, I just talk about science. Astrology is the spiritual meaning and the psychological interpretation and effect of the planet movement in the sky, or the planetary movement, or the planetary shifts in the sky. It's not astronomy. It's the spiritual meaning, the psychological meaning. Astrology is divination. Okay? So if any so-called astrologer, they tell you, oh, I'm just talking about science. It is, to a certain extent, because there is an explanation of the movement of these planets, but it's also the spiritual meaning. It's linked, because astrology means nothing without the spiritual meaning. It's nothing. If you speak to an astronomer, and if you've heard somebody call themselves astronomer, they're lying. They're lying, because astronomers, they work for NASA, for SpaceX. They need certain certification and degree in order to become astronomers. They have absolutely nothing to do with astrology. They don't even understand. Their secular or scientific studies is not linked to divination or occult. Astrology is occult, is part of divination. Okay? That's basically what it is. And that's why I always tell you, you need to be connected to your inner voice and higher self in order to do astrology. You can't just talk about a planetary movement, and like I've seen lots of astrologers, oh, this, and they just copy and paste from one another. You have to have deep understanding of astrology, the spiritual, the divination, the connection with the spiritual realm, with the spirit. And astrology is ruled by Aquarius. Astrology is under the rulership of Aquarius. Okay? It's the house of the Aquarius. It's the house of, technically, not only Aquarius, but the 8th house, depending on what's that 8th house in your natal chart. So if you are Aries, for example, your 8th house is Scorpio. So astrology is under the 8th house in your natal chart. Once again, whatever that 8th house is. But it's also related to Aquarius because Aquarius is about the planets and about the hidden world and technology and occult and divination and all kind of stuff. Especially now with the Pluto there, it makes it even more powerful. And that's why, and I'm going to say that when I do the reading for the water signs, most of the signs that are affected by this new moon and Pluto placement now in Aquarius for the next 20 years is literally Aquarius and Cancer and Pisces, more than anybody else. Why I say that? Aquarius, it's in your 1st house, the house of identity, the self. Cancer, it's in your 8th house and can't be any better than the 8th house. Pisces, it's your 12th house. So these 3 houses, the 1st, the 8th, and the 12th, especially the 8th and the 12th, more even than the 1st house. Actually, yeah, the 1st house, because once again, it's your identity, so the power is going to be given to you. The 8th house and the 12th house is all about the hidden realm, the spiritual realm. The house of divination, metaphysics, occult. So, Aquarius, Cancer, and Pisces, for the next 20 years, be prepared. Be prepared for the power you receive from Pluto. It's already started. It's like the veil between this realm and the spirit realm is being removed. It's very thin veil, like the barrier. When I say the veil, it's the barrier. It's very thin, like it's thinner than this card, very thin, thinner than your hair. You know, a piece of hair, thinner than that. The veil is removed. You're gonna see what nobody else can see. Cancer, Pisces. You are very sensitive to spiritual energies, very sensitive. With the placement of Pluto in Aquarius, spirits and angels going to be exposed to you. You will see visions. You will hear voices. You can see through the wall more than any other sign. Not only if you are Cancer Sun or Pisces Sun or Rising or Moon, even if you have stellium in Cancer or Pisces, or if you have a stellium. If you have a North Node in Pisces or Scorpio, if you have North Node in Pisces, now the North Node in Pisces, so you're actually, this transit North Node is in alignment or conjunct your North Node. But if you are, for instance, Cancer, and your North Node actually, Aquarius is your 8th house and plus your North Node in Aquarius, oh my goodness. You're going to be very spiritually empowered, very, more than what anybody else can think or can imagine. Pay attention to your dreams. Listen to your higher self. Pay attention to what you see and the sounds you hear, because you have that power. You do. You just need to pay attention and listen. Hey guys, so this is the second part of the video, and I'm just going to give you a recap of what I've mentioned in the first part. I spoke about Mercury conjunct Pluto on the 27th of January, and I have mentioned to you that they're very close to one another. Pluto is at 1 degree 58 minutes and Mercury is at 2 degree and 17 minutes. So for me, this conjunction is deep thinking, deep revelation. Truth is being revealed. Okay, it's going to enhance Pluto's power to reveal information that was we could have been misinformed before, or we could have been lied to or deceived. So Pluto and Mercury conjunction, this is also deep communication. This is a planning for something new. It's going to happen in the very near future. Okay, if it's on the lower vibration or lower level, it could be also deception or hidden data or hidden information become visible now. We can see it. It's revealed to us. Okay, as the sun sheds the light on these information, or on past life trauma, or some sort of something hidden. It could be once again deception. It could be somebody. It actually removes the mask or the veil or the blindfold on our eyes, so we can see clearly. Okay, and then we have Neptune conjoined the North Node in Pisces, and Pisces is the second house of Aquarius. Remember, new moon in Aquarius means it's Aquarians' birthday, it's their solar return. So Aquarius now is the first house, and the Neptune conjoined the North Node in Pisces. This is technically on a very deep spiritual level. Now Neptune is not going to conjoin. Well, Neptune is closer to the North Node than Venus, but the conjunction is going to happen between the three of them. Okay, especially by the beginning of February. The first couple of days of February, like the 3rd of February, Venus is going to get closer to Neptune and North Node. So this is like the veil. I was talking about the veil that's revealed between the this third dimension and the fourth dimension, or this realm and the spiritual realm. It's going to be removed. The barrier is going to be removed. We are ascending. Okay, so we're going to see, especially those who are very they have sensitive energies such as Cancer or Pisces. This is going to be very sensitive timing for you. You're going to see what everybody else can't see. Okay, so pay attention once again to your dreams. Pay attention to inner voices. Pay attention to your higher self. You guys are going to see what everybody else can't see. Okay, this is actually infused by Pluto in Aquarius, which is again, as I mentioned in the first part, for Cancer it's your 8th house, and for Pisces it's your 12th house. So what makes it more auspicious for these signs is that Saturn sitting there too. Okay, and Saturn is all about justice and karma. So Saturn is going to make it even stronger. It's like a reassurance for you guys. Now it's Saturn in the house in Pisces. Okay, the house which is ruled by Jupiter, where Neptune and the North Node now is. It's like a reassurance for you. If you've been if something was taken away from you, or you're treated unfairly, or there was injustice in your life, rest assured that karma is going to take care of everything. Okay, and Venus, when Venus conjunct the North Node and Neptune, it's like you have very deep feelings of what's going on. Okay, you have the feelings or the urge inside you to follow your gut feelings, or to follow your instincts, or to follow your that inner voice, that third eye. Okay, so Venus gives you that feeling. Venus, it makes you helps you to empathize, or makes you more like a sponge. You know, I always tell you that Cancer is like a sponge. It absorbs the energies. Now Venus conjunct Neptune and the North Node, it makes it even stronger. Okay, you can feel, you can, because from empathy, that's what being empath is you empathize with others, right? You can feel their energy. Empathize means you feel their energy. You feel it very, very strong. Okay, so be careful and pay attention, because it's going to be very strong. Once again, the veil is going to, or the barrier between this realm, the reality, and the hidden realm is going to be removed. As I mentioned earlier, and I spoke about Mars trine Saturn. Once again, Mars is retrograde in Cancer, and Mars is in a hibernation mode. Is like in the hermit right now. It's trying to find, is trying to dig deep and get to the truth and understand and look at the things from a different perspective and do introspection, reflection on what's going on. But Mars, when it trines with Saturn, and it's already trining with Saturn, but it's going to become more exact by the 9th of February, and Mars is going to trine in Saturn as long as Saturn in Pisces, okay? Even in March, this is like reassurance. Once again, this is very empowering for Mars. It's like whatever you're hesitant about, whatever you're reluctant about, whatever you're not trying, you don't want to take action, Saturn is telling you, don't worry about it, I'm supporting you. As long as you act with integrity, as long as you're being faithful and honest and tell the truth, you're not deceitful, you don't use your power to hurt others, I'm gonna empower you, I'm gonna give you that strength to take action, okay, and to go into your life path. Now Jupiter in Gemini is retrograde, and as I mentioned earlier quickly, Jupiter is going to go forward on the 4th of January, 4th of February, so, and it trines the Moon and Saturn, and are also going to trine at one point Mercury as well in Aquarius. So this is going to help you to move forward in terms of your planning. If you're planning to travel, if you're planning to purchase a gadget, or if you're planning to find a solution or communicate with a public figure or authority figure, or try to find a new job, or start a social media account, or start a business, or whatever, Jupiter is giving you the green light once it goes forward, whatever Gemini, for placement in your natal chart, okay? Because once again, Jupiter is going to go forward, and it's going to be trining Mercury as well, so be prepared for honest communication of revelation. All these planets, basically all these planets are helping us to find the truth and to get to the truth of the matter, and to remove the mask and to remove the veil, and be authentic, be genuine, okay? Be who you are, embrace who you really are, okay? Be honest. Uranus gonna go direct the following day of the new moon on the 30th of January, okay? And Uranus is shocking. Uranus actually is going to sextile Venus, and it is already actually from the 29th is sextiling Neptune and the North and Venus, okay? And Uranus is going to sextile the North Node as well. So this is basically something shocking, something not necessarily shocking in a bad way. It's going to be in a pleasant way, because sextile brings opportunities, but you have to take action. You can't just sit in a corner and wait for the opportunity knock on your door and you're not doing anything about it. You have to take action. You have to do something about it. You have to take advantage of this opportunity, okay? Because otherwise it's going to pass you by. You're not going to be able to do anything, okay? But Uranus will bring that opportunity to your doorstep, basically, to your, into the opportunity gonna fall into your lap, okay? But you have to do something with it, okay? So it could be investment, it could be the stock market's gonna go skyrocket, okay? Now it could be even it could be, you know, once again, depending on Taurus in your natal chart, the placement of Taurus in your natal, it could be you're gonna be joining new groups, it's gonna be your business gonna boom, you're gonna make sales, I don't know, in any aspect, okay? So yeah, and because it's Uranus is in Taurus, but technically Uranus sextiling with Venus, you know, the planet of money and the planet of self-value, because Venus is all about, you know, being attractive, okay? And yeah, it's a sextile, it's a Venusian aspect, but it's also like Uranus sextiling with Venus. Basically, money gonna come to you. It could be owed to you from a group, it could be owed to you from a company you worked for, it could be owed to you from somebody, it could be owed to you from a government. It's gonna come to you, okay? If it's investment, once again, it's gonna skyrocket. It could be you know, you're gonna do something to beautify yourself. It's gonna be very beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna be very, but just be careful, don't do it when because Venus is gonna, if you want to do anything, do it right now, okay? Because Venus, once again, is gonna retrograde at the beginning of March. Don't do anything when Venus is retrograde, okay? If you want to take any action, if you want to apply for any like visa or travel or, you know, documents from the government or anything, do it now before Venus goes retrograde, okay? And Mercury, because as I said earlier, Mercury and Venus gonna go retrograde about the same time, and I'm gonna show you the chart excuse me, of Mercury retrograde, okay? But Venus is related to values, valuable things as well, like either valuable things related to your appearance or valuable things you own or money. Uranus sextile with the north node, this is something because the lunar nodes are related to the moon, right? So it's something fated with Uranus sextiling. So there's something you're destined to see, something fated. It's going to appear in your life. It's going to happen in your life, and it's going to guide you, and it's going to put you in alignment with your life path. So guys, that's what I have for you about the new moon. Once again, this astrological aspects I spoke about, it's not only related to the new moon in Aquarius, it's also related to the first 2 weeks of February. I'm gonna make another video about the first couple of weeks of February, but everything, all these aspects already started. It's gonna be exact in February, but it's already started. The energy is applying, the energy is building up, okay? And this new moon is it's whatever you're trying to manifest now, it's not gonna happen until you're gonna end something, or you're going to reach a culmination of something you started when we've had the new moon. Not only new moon in it's something related to the whatever you're trying to manifest during the new moon in Leo, because remember, Leo and Aquarius, they are opposite signs, right? So the full moon in Leo, basically, in order, is technically telling you, if you want to start something new during this new moon in Aquarius, you're trying to manifest something, then there is something needs to end, okay? And that's what the full moon in Leo. And please guys, as I said, full moon in Leo doesn't mean that necessarily a loss of something, okay? It's a reversal of a situation. Remember that it's a reversal of situation. So for example, let's say there was a problem for you to find the job, or and it's in your second house, okay? Then that situation gonna end, okay? Trying to find job, because you're gonna find a job. Once again, it's a reversal. Let's say it's in your seventh house. Let's say you're Aquarius, okay, and Leo is your is in your seventh house, and you know, seventh house is related to relationship and to your marriage or your partnership or your known enemies, okay? So whatever that situation that you're dealing with, let's say you don't have a romantic partner, you're not married, so most likely you're gonna meet somebody else, somebody new. It could be if you are if you don't have, or you're looking for a business partner, you could be meeting a business partner. So once again, full moon, it's a reversal of situation, okay? It's an end of a situation you are at this point in time, okay? Whatever situation you're dealing with at this point in time, it's gonna end. It's gonna culminate. It's gonna reach a peak for something new to start, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I really appreciate it of you. Share, subscribe, and like my video. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay tuned for the reading for astro forecast for the water signs and the earth signs. And I'll see you in the next one.